6-packs and a big bag of ice. 2 6-packs and a big bag of ice.
Hey guys, Bobby from New Jersey back for a quick blog style video, totally unscripted. I just wanted to show you some of the things I've been working on with brewing. A while back my Crankenstein mill busted because I was milling some grain that had fallen on a patio, and we were using a pretty strong drill, corded drill, and we picked up a pebble and I sheared my 3/8 drive shaft. So if you're buying a new mill, I highly recommend upgrading to a 1/2-inch shaft. I sent the mill back to Crankenstein, and they reworked the mill for me, and I paid $20 extra to upgrade to the 1/2-inch drive shaft, and hopefully that will prevent that from happening. So ever since I got this back, I put it back together and was using it here and there, but I knew that I wanted to make a nicer base for it, and I wanted to rework the hopper a bit. Basically my philosophy on the mill bases is if you're going to continue using a drill, whether it's corded or cordless, I really like the idea of having it so that the drill can't rotate. So you can see there's a stop here. So all you have to do is run it, and if there's a lot of torque or back resistance on this, it's just going to stop right on the base. So you can put a clamp on this and walk away. So that's important to me. So that's why this base is extended out like this. The other thing was the hopper. I had a piece of 2x4 on my previous design that just sat across here because I really just wanted to hurry up and start milling grain. But I put more thought into it this time. I had some thick polycarbonate sheet that I used from some previous projects. So this is a piece of 3/4 and this is a piece of 1/2 inch. It's sort of irrelevant, but you're going to have to use something pretty thick to withstand the torque and everything that occurs here. I thought it was just pretty cool to be able to watch the grain being milled, and I'm just going to put some real thin polycarbonate sheet to cover this. I made this hole extra big so that you can sort of watch when your vessel's getting full if you're using a bucket. So this first sheet here, I slotted it down the middle. Maybe I can get a better shot of it for you. You can see that there's this bottom piece here. This bottom piece has a 1/2 inch wide by 4 inch long slot, and then I also put a curve profile on there. It's like a cove bit on the router. So when grain falls down through this hole, you could see, let's see, right there. So grain falls down through here, and it'll spread out at least 4 inches wide, and then fall down into the middle of the rollers. That's sort of one of the constraints of trying to build your own hopper for one of these bare bones mills, is that you really can't just dump grain in the entire top cavity of the mill, because you want it to be falling in sort of like a ribbon in between those rollers. You can really get a lot of you can get a mess going if you fill up that entire top cavity while the mill is spinning. So it's kind of difficult to build your own unless you're pretty handy with a table saw and some router bits. This top plate here just screws onto there. You can see it covers that cavity there, but there's a hole here. And this is a 2-inch threaded plug. It's ABS plastic, but you can get these in PVC as well. And that's how my hopper attaches. I'll show you that next. Okay, so my hopper, even in my old mill, was a water bottle, plastic water bottle, and I cut most of the neck off, and I used PVC cement to attach this. This is a 2-inch threaded female adapter that I cut down a little bit, and I also had to do some filing of the interior to get it to fit over here. But the cool thing is that now this is a detachable, and it just threads on. Alright, now whether or not I end up using, taking it apart often remains to be seen, but if I'm going to travel with this to a brew out or something like that, I think I'd probably take it apart to reduce the chances of this getting damaged. I like using these water bottles. For one thing, I can see how much grain's in there without looking in the top. It also holds over 25 pounds of grain, so for most of my batches, I fill this right to the top. I put my drill on and clamp the trigger so that it runs unattended for the entire process. It allows me to run it slower than I normally would. If I was sitting here holding it, I'd have a tendency to rush it and shred the grain a little bit more than I'd like. So hands-off operation allows me to do other things, and that's pretty cool. So the other thing I wanted to show you real quick is something that I bought to dress up the top of my hopper opening, because it's kind of sharp plastic, is this polyethylene edging. It's like an edge profile. Polyethylene is the same material that buckets are made of, our fermenter buckets. It's kind of a hard plastic. But I bought it for the top of my hopper, but then I just happened to see that this fits onto the cut edge of the keg, and I thought that was a really cool use. A lot of people don't make the nicest of cuts in their keg conversions, and this is a way of dressing it up. And now that stays on there, that's protects my arms from being cut on that rough edge. And it really reduces how much work you have to do on that cut edge with a grinder or a flap disc. So I thought this was such a great idea. I went and bought 100 feet of this at least to see if other people are interested in doing this. It's on brewhardware.com if you wanted to pick it up. It's really cheap stuff, and I could sell you some to do your own kegs. And I'm probably going to add it to the keg conversion kit that I sell. That comes with ball valves and dip tubes and stuff like that. But I thought that was pretty cool. I bought it for one purpose, but I think it's actually even cooler for protecting that cut edge. Alright, that's about all I had so far. Hopefully I'll do some more of these just quick blog style videos in the future. Take care.